Welcome once again to Breakfast Central on a Wednesday morning, the last day in the month of May. Now, we start the conversation in Ghana, where several illegal miners are feared trapped in an underground gold mine shaft in the Ashanti region of Ghana. They have reportedly entered the AngloGold Ltd's Obuasi Mines in the Anwiam Ashanti region, searching for gold deposits. However, the miners found themselves unable to exit after the entrances were shut, officials said.
In a statement from the company, Obuasi Gold Mines management team has notified the relevant authorities and public security services and is working closely with them. Several illegal miners are reported to have been in the mine, according to local reports, with devastated family members of the miners telling local media that they have been unable to reach them for 4 days. Joining us this morning from Accra, Ghana is Wilberforce Asare, editor and public affairs analyst. Good morning, Mr. Asare. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me as usual.
All right, so let's get into it. What really is a situation with this unfortunate demise of these gold miners?
Well, so I think that it's important to lay a foundation, and that is that in our country, we are having an issue with the phenomenon called illegal mining. It's popularly called galamsey in Ghana. And this phenomenon is something that at the level of government and also at the level of those who regulate mining in the country, attempts have been made to resolve it. Now, this morning, I've seen a statement issued by the management of AngloGold indicating that they do not have any of their staff members who have been trapped under any of their mines. So they go on to explain that some illegal miners located in the area where their mine is made their way into the mine through an illegal process or an illegal pathway. And it is those people who are said to have been trapped under the mine. And so AngloGold Ashanti is essentially saying that they do not have any of their staff who have been entrapped there. However, there is evidence to show that some illegal miners who are galamseyers in Ghana attempted to go into their mine through an illegal route, and that is those people who are said to have been trapped under this particular mine. They have also indicated that there is a clear pathway as far as their mine is concerned for purposes of entry and exit. And so if these people who entered were from AngloGold Ashanti, they know the route to enter and they know the route to exit. And so they have completely disassociated themselves with the claim that some people from AngloGold Ashanti have been trapped under their mine. The police are on top of this issue. We are told that some 7 illegal miners were rescued, and their attempts to rescue some other persons who are still believed to be trapped under the mine that they entered illegally. So these are the facts that I have as far as this issue is concerned.
All right, I'd just like to quickly find out how many of these miners are trapped. And I want to correct something. I had made reference to their demise initially, but no, we don't have any reports that any of them is dead yet, I believe. And I hope that no one dies from this. But do we have a report as to how many people are trapped in there? Do we have numbers?
Well, so the numbers are sketchy, but if you look at the statement that was issued, it says that yesterday, 7 illegal miners exited through this main access point on foot and are in custody of the Ghana police. Any unauthorized person underground is encouraged to leave the mine at any time by the exit point where public security personnel remain on standby. And so if you look at this, what we do know is that there were 7 people who have exited, and they exited through the authorized route of this particular mine, and they have been apprehended. They've been apprehended because they accessed the mine illegally, and they were forced to exit the place only through the appropriate exit point. And so if there are any other numbers that are still trapped under that mine, there is a clear pathway for them to come out. But when they come out, they face arrest because they accessed this particular mine illegally. And so that is where the situation is. For now, I can work with only the seven figure who have been apprehended after they exited through the appropriate exit point of this particular mine we are talking about.
Well, is there any information concerning what the police could maybe do? Because if the story says that they are trapped, then it might be that they have no other way of coming out. The proper way or proper route with which they could come out. Like you mentioned, 7 of them have already come out of there, and if the only fear is arrest, then you might as well say that they are not really trapped.
Okay, so unfortunately, I was unable to hear your question clearly. But I want to believe that you are asking about the mine. If you could help me with the question again,
maybe Olive can help me.
Our beautiful lady can help me with the question because I can hear her better.
Okay, so what we're trying to ask, what he's saying is, if their only fear is that coming out through the only available routes that the 7 others have come out with, then is it safe to say that maybe they're not trapped?
Well, so yes, from all indications, if the 7 that have come up came up through a route and they have been apprehended, there is no definite way to say that they were trapped because they were able to exit through the appropriate exit route and they faced arrest because, first of all, they entered into the AngloGold Ashanti gold mine through an illegal route and were entrapped after entering through that illegal route. But there is a legal route that brings you out. And so it is not possible to say that you have been entrapped. So if there are any others who remain inside there, probably they entered there through an illegal route. They no longer have access to the illegal route to come out, but they have access to a legal route. If they take the legal route, they risk being arrested. And so it is the only reason why perhaps some people will claim that they are entrapped. But if there is a way for you to come out, it is not possible for anybody to say that you have been entrapped.
How did Galamsey become so attractive to the people of Ghana? You say it's been a while. You said it's not today that Ghana has struggled with the cases of illegal mining. For how long has this lasted and how has it become such an attractive means that people are exploring?
So we've been mining in Ghana since we gained independence in 1957, probably even before 1957. What is it that has changed is that over the period, particularly since the 4th Republican Constitution came into force in 1992, there's been developments when it comes to mining, in terms of mining technology, the equipments that are used, and all that. And so because of that, you had our mining sector attracting foreigners. And foreigners, I mean the Chinese, who have the technology. They have metal detecting machines, and they can run it on the ground and detect that there is a metal in that particular soil and all that. And so since 1992, because of the advancement of technology in the sector, it attracted a lot of foreign interest. And that is what has spurred us to where we are, where the mining activities now is actually affecting our river bodies, our natural land reserves, and our natural resources. And that's because people are mining anyhow and anywhere without recourse to the landscape, without respect to river bodies and what have you, all because of the technological advancements that have come within the space of mining. In 1957, when they were mining in Ghana, all the technologies that are available today were not there. And so it was small-scale mining. It was big.
All right. A little struggle with the connection there with Wilberforce Asare. Of course, the discussion is about these miners who have, from reports, been trapped in an illegal mine, or rather when, of course, they illegally entered the mines of the Anglophone mines in Ghana. But of course, we will want to continue to follow up the story and see if they will be rescued and when they will be rescued. Of course, it's the Ghanaian government's and Ghanaian security agencies' responsibility to ensure that these are rescued, or these persons are rescued and brought back to their families. The conversation, of course, also expands into the number of illegal miners that are currently in Ghana and in that region in Ghana. And of course, the conversation also talks about levels of unemployment that has led to the increment in the level of illegal miners. But we'll continue to follow up and see where it leads. Thanks to Wilberforce Asare for stepping in and for sharing.